Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool have made contact to sign Gavi from Barcelona in the summer transfer window, according to 90 Minute. The report has claimed that Liverpool want to sign Gavi and have, again, tested the water and inquired about his situation. The Premier League giants are well aware that Gavi's release clause in his current Barcelona contract is €50 million, £42.59 million. 90 Minutes have added that Barcelona are confident that a new contract for the 17-year-old, described as a midfield maestro by former Tottenham Hotspur striker Gary Lineker on Twitter in October 2021, will be finalised soon. In our opinion, if Liverpool are keen on Gavi, then they should simply trigger the release clause in his Barcelona contract. It is as simple as that. There is no point in simply inquiring and trying to find out the situation. Just trigged Gavi's release clause. The longer Liverpool wait, the chances of Gavi putting pen to paper on a new Barcelona contract with a bigger release clause will increase. Gavi made 28 starts and 6 substitute appearances in La Liga this season. The midfielder scored 2 goals and gave 5 assists in those matches. Gavi also made 4 starts and 2 substitute appearances in the Champions League and 2 starts and 3 substitute appearances in the Europa League this campaign. With Fabio Carvalho already signed up at Liverpool ahead of next season, the Fulham man might not be the only young talent that Jurgen Klopp adds to his squad this summer. Aberdeen fullback Calvin Ramsey has already been monitored by Liverpool as they potentially might need to replace Neco Williams, should he move permanently away from Anfield, having impressed on loan at Fulham. Should the Welshman move on, to Craven Cottage or elsewhere, then Liverpool would need to find a replacement, unless Joe Gomez was content with playing the backup fullback role. Either way, Ramsey is a player well worth exploring as a possible addition. Aberdeen rejected a £4.8 million fee from Bologna in January for the teenager, who was named the Young Player of the Year at the Scottish Football Writers' Association at the end of the campaign, but he would not cost an enormous amount. At the rumoured price tag of around £5 - 6 metres, the expert view is that a valuation of around that amount would be a steal. It would be a bargain, Graham Young from the Scottish Daily Record told Liverpool.com on a special Blood Red podcast. He speaks like someone in his mid-20s and he is a really nice guy. He is grounded and you can tell he is that type that would not be fazed if the Liverpool deal was sealed. He would be able to handle the pressure. He has something special about him. If you watch him play, you can see why he stands out. The appeal for Liverpool is not just his talent, but also his unique skill set. Few players in world football can compare to Klopp's current senior right-back option, but Ramsey is stylistically similar to Trent Alexander-Arnold. He fits the profile as one of the better 18 or 19-year-olds in European football. That is the type of player that he is, Young explained. The one player you maybe compare him to is Alexander-Arnold, and no wonder when clubs look at the stats, everything shows up. Alexander-Arnold is one of the most unique right-backs in the world, happy 10 yards inside to cross the ball, and that is what Ramsey can do as well. I see a lot of David Beckham in Alexander-Arnold, and that is what Ramsey gives you as well. Next season will be Guardiola's 7th at City and the last of his current contract. There has been speculation about the inspirational Spaniard's future, but, after negotiating extensions with him in his final year twice previously, Khaldoon does not see it as a matter of concern. He said, "It is a partnership that has done wonders over the years. It is approaching its 7th year and next year is going to be an exciting chapter of this partnership, and we're enjoying every moment of it. We're achieving great things together, and this conversation will be had at the right time, at the right pace, and with the pace, time and framework that works for Pep." Khaldoon added that Guardiola is not under any additional pressure to win the Champions League, which is the one major trophy that has eluded him at City. He said, "You don't need to put any extra pressure on Pep, he puts enough pressure on himself. It is the exact opposite. I try to bring back the pressure because I think he puts too much pressure on himself. The pressure is not of winning this competition or that competition. We approach every season to win and to try to win every competition we compete in. City secured their fourth Premier League title in 5 seasons this month, but, within hours, thoughts turned to next term. Our mindset, while celebratory, immediately flips to the future and how to keep strengthening, Khaldoon said. UK government send brutal Roman Abramovich message after Todd Boehly Chelsea takeover. The UK government say the takeover of Chelsea Football Club by Todd Boehly from Roman Abramovich is in the best interests of the club, the fans and football as a whole, with sanctions imposed back in March finally set to be lifted. After many months of uncertainty, which all kicked off with Abramovich himself trying to pass on the daily running of the club to trustees, which then changed to him announcing his intentions to sell the club back at the start of March, the UK government have been heavily involved since. The Russian billionaire was sanctioned following Russia's invasion of Ukraine, which then meant that the club had to operate under a special license up until now, with Boehly and his consortium now official owners of the Blues, as the statement confirmed. The first statement, which was released before the board of directors' own comments on the situation at hand, read, "Roman Abramovich has completed the sale of Chelsea Football Club and related companies to an investment group led by Todd Boehly and Clearlake Capital. Throughout this process, we have worked very closely with the UK government, in particular the Department for Digital, Culture, Media and Sport, DCMS, and HIM Treasury, as well as with the Premier League, the FA and UEFA. In order to complete the transaction, we needed consents and approvals from all, and in particular from the UK government." Read more. Clearlake Capital confirm 3 areas of investment after sealing Chelsea takeover with Todd Boehly. "We have been able to obtain all necessary consents, as well as further licenses required in Portugal, Canada and Jersey due to the structure of the previous ownership. Despite Abramovich officially being a thing of the past for Chelsea with his 19-year association now over, the UK government says it was in the best interests of everyone involved to move on from the billionaire who had become the centre of attention in this country since the invasion of Ukraine started 3 months ago." This was reflected in what a UK government spokesperson said on the Chelsea sale. "Today's change of ownership marks a new chapter for Chelsea Football Club in the best interests of its fans, the club and the wider football community. The club is now no longer subject to the sanctions imposed on Roman Abramovich, an individual who has enabled Putin's brutal and barbaric invasion of Ukraine. Since sanctions were imposed on Abramovich on 10 March, we have worked tirelessly to ensure the club can continue to play football, while maintaining the integrity of our sanctions regime. Chelsea's long-term future is now secured and binding commitments have been received which ensure sanctioned individuals cannot financial benefit from the sale. The government retains control to ensure that this is the case. We have begun the process of ensuring the proceeds are used for humanitarian purposes in Ukraine that results from Russian aggression. Further details will be set out in due course.